Morning. Good morning. 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 Right. Oh, come on. Shine a light. There we go. Oof. It is happily Tuesday, February 11th, 2025. Okay. Yeah. Right, there'll be some innuendo, stupid dad jokes, and some serious matter this morning and every morning. Every morning she greets me. Okay. Oh dear. There are so many different types of love. Oh, good morning, sunshine, sugar bear. Sex is a swear word. I prefer love. Hello, Nigel. Hello. I've forgotten your name again. Sunshine, sugar bear. I've forgotten your real name, and you did tell me, but you don't want to be called by a real name anyway. Okay, that's right. Woo! Good morning, Kay. How are you? I think you're a lady. Um, could be K for Kenneth. Who knows? I think you're a female of the species. I'm good. Yes, lady. I'm glad you're well. I think on my yesterday's one, you made a comment, and I think you invited me, you and I, to go to Burning Man, which would probably be my least favorite festival in the world. I'm going to go out into the desert and oh my gosh, there used to be one of my favorite music video directors. Did short films and all sorts of stuff. Still working, he's still doing stuff, but he's in England. He did a movie called Weekenders, and it was kind of people who live the life poking fun at people who go on a bender or a weekender, to escape their boring life. That's how I view Burning Man. It's nymphomania for narcissists. Why, but I'm getting a sweet ride. I got a sweet ride, sweetie. I'm sorry, I got a sweet ride. Life is my sweet ride. I'm going to Reno to dig up things. That's nice. I like that. Archaeology. Very nice. Gems, archive stuff, and whatnots. Yeah. I'll go if you want, love. Hey, I have an opinion. It is not your opinion. I am not an educator. I am an influencer because I influence people, because everybody influences people. I just happen to be able to speak to a screen and think of it as, I suppose, my own sort of therapy, as well as my diary. It keeps me on my track because there are distractions from my track. My path of peace and love is laid out before me, and every morning before I actually start to think, I write a few words, and then I go online and I start to talk to a screen, and I try to understand the stream of consciousness coming in. I sometimes it's blocked a little bit, and so I ask a question, and then the question comes up maybe in the chat, and I answer that, and then that takes me on a little journey in a different direction. But I actually want to stick to the theme today. Love and sex. How to start a war. Hey, Conrad. How you doing? I watched you for a little while doing your live tutorial on the maps that you make for modern architecture. No, really, I'm leaving soon to California to start an animal rights march. Or do the animals truly appreciate that? Or are you just, animals have rights, and I think the animals know it. It's us that overstep ours. Sorry, sunshine. But where in the world will I go to get down? Does he weigh 1,100 pounds? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, mate. Call me. You got my number. It's easy to find. Call me. Separate from here, and then we'll talk about things like why your butt hurts. Love and sex. Butt hurts. Yeah. Rhetoric. OS. Rhetoric OS bad. I need to work on it. Yeah. I think you're quite cute, Nigel. I have no idea. I've never seen you, Kay. So I'd have to see you, meet you, understand you a little bit, get to know you well, and then I'd be like, wow, and you're cute, So because I lay a lot of my own self out on here, you're having a and because I put my music out and my art out, and I'm very raw going out into the world, but you seem a little cagey, Sunshine Sugar Bear. So maybe we should just have a one-on-one. Just call me. We can FaceTime if you want or whatever. Just call me. We can have a chat. Okay. Yeah, Rhetoric is OS. That's yeah. There's the operating systems. That's funny. Operating systems bad. Yes. Well, yeah, the operating system. Our own personal operating system is not bad, but it's a little distorted. We're glitching inside this system because we're not following our true path. So maybe that's what's happening in the world. Who knows? Oh God, got other stuff to deal with today. I was going to be making music and noises with a friend today, but he got put off by the words, "Don't expect too much." I was helping him with a project and recording using my recording studio and my time. And he was going to come here and we were going to set up some stuff and record stuff. And I texted him and said, it'd be good to see you. We're on for tomorrow, but don't expect too much. Bring a hard drive so as you can save what we do. And he texted me back saying, I think I'll do it with somebody else. And then I called him immediately because I thought, well, that didn't go as, again, weird communication. But that weird communication, I immediately put right by calling him. And so I called him and I said, hey, what's going on, mate? I thought you were coming over. Yeah, you don't seem, no, yeah, I mean, no, you're not, you don't seem encouraging about my stuff. I said, I'm okay. I said, I just wanted you to know that Don't expect too much. You're going to come here and, you're going to be all excited. And I haven't got a full studio. I've got studio equipment that I make work. So, it's all I was saying was, don't it? No, it's okay. I'll go with somebody else. You don't seem very excited by it. Excited by something that hasn't happened. I mean, I know him. He's a nice enough guy, and I really like some of his work. He's a filmmaker, but it is very strange and weird. And I thought, oh, well, he's asked me for help. So, and then he backed away because I wasn't enthusiastic about what he was doing. It's all about communication. So, God, I'm being distracted, aren't I? Yes, please, I'm done. Speech, yes. Speech. Sunshine, Sugar Bear. Excuse. Is speech, yes. Public speech. Gosh, this is getting confusing. Are you talking to each other, Conrad and Kay? I'm doing a Ouija board now. Ouija spelled WIGI. That's funny. That excuse. Corporation was refusing me because I haven't presented tongue and was not barking. Oh gosh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Am I a good dog? Come on, I'm showing you that I'm a good dog. Good dog. Yeah. Oh, beg, beg, beg. That was one. I think of all the rhetoric and stupid sayings and phrases that my dad, God bless him, love you, Dad, used to use a lot. I mean, there was so many for him. In the end, actually, it became a little bit like a catchphrase. All these catchphrases, he never used to interact unless he was really emotionally challenged. So, and then it would go straight to rhetoric. But one of his rhetorical sayings towards the end was, "Oh, it was a nightmare," and it's like, okay, everything to him was a nightmare. But the worst one was the one that was fed to me as a child a lot was, "Beggars can't be choosers." I'd ask for something that I didn't know the value of, and it could have been financial value, probably was, because everything is fucking got a price tag on it. But yeah, that's a bad one. Beggars can't be choosers. That's awful. That's pointing an accusational finger and then saying, you can't. Do what you want. That's what I want my children to hear from me. Do whatever you want. So back to the taboo subject of love and sex. The confusion between love and sex happens when you're very young, because you start to think about sex and you realize that you have a part of your body that gives you pleasure. It has a pleasure button. There's a pleasure button, and you push it and you go, wow. And then you make your choices and you have a look and you go, oh yeah, and have some of that. The trick is to not make it your goal, but to enjoy it. And that's where it is, you see. This is where greediness creeps in. And it's it's because we have found a place of pleasure, and we've gone, wow, if I could have that all the time. And that's where it goes desperately wrong, isn't it? Because if it's a pleasurable experience that's just a physical sensation, then it's not love, is it? It's more conquest. You're eating too much candy. Occasional candy is great. Enjoy it. But there's a major difference between love and sex, and there is a major difference between love with sex. So sex with love is totally you giving of yourself willingly and not trying to own anything. So, there's all these confusions. I mean, the Greeks actually, there's lots of things they tried to define through their Greek philosophy. Some of the great thinkers in the world that came up, and this might all be lies because it goes back to antiquity. And did they really say that? Did they really do that? Well, sometimes they did and sometimes they didn't. But they did find, and this varies according to the scholarly person you're listening to talking about or writing about the Greek philosophers. But the variations are there were 7. I think Plato did 7, and somebody else, one of the other philosophers, put in a couple more. I think there were 9 different versions of love. And it's funny that the most powerful one is the one that you were born with. It's not the one you learn to use or you learn to enjoy as a human. It's so the most important one is the gift of unconditional love, right? That comes with birth. We all got it. We all forgot about it. We go chasing our tail. We go chasing tail. It's another expression for rampant young men going after women. Ooh, he's always chasing tail, that one. And it's good. It's good to have interesting sex and fun sex and all those things, but it's not a substitution. It's not. Don't look at it as a substitution for the bigger picture, which is the unconditional love you have locked inside you, because they've told you not to go out there and don't be so trusting, loving, kind, and caring. And that's real unconditional love. There's no conditions on it. I enjoy sex. I'm quite happy to enjoy sex. I still enjoy sex even at 68. But I'm not following my childish notion of sex. I'm just saying I really enjoy it and it's fun. And that can be incredibly misinterpreted by somebody who's so desperately clinging to an idealized love. This imaginary idealized love where you take possession of somebody else, and willingly giving is one thing. Somebody taking possession of you through a pleasure process, that's how they do it. Here, kitty, 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 and it's fine. It's great, but it's like knowing it is knowing it. Knowing that it's sex and it's fun is great. Knowing that it could develop into love, like a bigger love. It could actually unlock your unconditional love, and you could sit and talk to your partner about it. Or their idea of you can be completely shattered, and and turn away from you because you're more interested in that unconditional love than you are in the little bit of give and take that comes with sex. I still think it's very weird with the unveiling of everything and the amount of information that we can receive through our products, our technical products, or all the information. I still think it's very weird that the still the most common search criteria, and I don't even know if this is true, but this is what we're told. But I pretty much think it might be. Most commonly searched thing is porn. It's ridiculous. I mean, not that you shouldn't watch porn. There's porn. I'm not against pornography. It's fine. It's an active choice to watch or not watch, to partake in or not partake in. It's all of that is super fine with me. But that being the number one thing, I mean, are people looking for stimulus? See, this is the thing. It's like, are you wanting to be titillated so as you could enjoy a sexual encounter? Or are you using it as an excuse to not pursue the unconditional love that's deep within you? I mean, this is where love and sex get completely confused and get completely knotted up. And then, the male ego is often dented by rejection, and it becomes, it becomes a contention between the male and female of the species often. And then the angry male gets testosterone rush because you won't. You love me. You say you love me, but you won't. And all that stuff. And then the female goes, yes, but it's sacred to me, and I honor that. And so, but instead of having the conversation and understanding each other prior to the act, or even after the act, and going, being honest, being true about it. It's like, well, we could just, all of those. We end up at war, and that's the easiest war to start. Why? The battle of the sexes is currently happening, but they've gone big picture and small picture, patriarchy, matriarchy. It's like, oh yeah, well, if we put a woman in charge of certain things, then the men will do as they're told. And if we have a man in charge of certain things, then women will follow. It's like they're using our struggle to start a war between the sexes. All this, and I don't want to get the initials wrong, because I appreciate lesbian people and gay people, bi, all, making that a thing. It's like, and it's like, all of that is about the sexes. Be sure of what you want when you say, I love you in a sexual way. I want to get to know you better. And then maybe we can approach the physical aspect, and then that may lead to a blooming of the heart. Who knows? Blooming of the heart. That's a weird expression. It may lead to a more lasting love than the initial eros love. Eros. See, there's eros love is the sexual, romantic. That's great. It's awesome. But it needs to spark agape. Agape love is unconditional love. So if there's a spark that may, and you have to work with that love. And it's weird because if you drop love, then you drop also the reproductive side of that too, which is to make another life. I mean, it shouldn't be just about making another life, because you know I think nature takes care of that, biology takes care of that, but it should be natural. We should be reproducing, which is beautiful. I mean, that's a slap bang reminder of unconditional love. And then it becomes a bond between two humans, even if they can't no longer share the initial spark of their love. Their love for their children becomes that unconditional love too. So that God, I'm going to start talking about breaking up the family, which I never thought I would do, because I do believe that they're cleverer than that. The people who are trying to manipulate society so as you're suppressed and they're in charge, they manipulate these mini wars, race, religion, sex, all they'll confuse everything in order to be able to get you to jump through the hoops they present you with. Here's a hoop, jump through it, good dog. And then sit there and go, I am a good dog. It's like, no. Make your own hoop, jump through your own hoop if you want to. And also, yes, I mean, when I said no, I meant, it's up to you entirely, but I would not be jumping through corporate loops right now. Yeah. Just my way. Okay. So yeah, don't let your sex drive dominate your life, but also at the same time enjoy sex as much as you can, but make sure you understand the other person you're interacting with. If it's that, I mean, you can do it yourself. I'm very keen on a DIY ethic for anything, really. I think do it yourself is okay. I think it's probably the best way for everybody before they really contemplate the act, unless both of you come together with like, yeah, I do. I mean, well, let's see. It's always going to be a let's see what happens, because we don't control the future. But don't do it as a lie so as you can get what you want. So you're putting the cart before the horse. You're saying, oh my God, I love you. I'll love you forever, and we'll be together forever if you let me. No. Backwards. You've put the cart before the horse. It's funny, a couple of days ago. Yes, just a couple of days ago. Lots have happened over the last couple of days. A couple of days ago, I saw a musician who was part of a band that I liked way back in the day, 1977, a band called Three Johns. And the standout song, I mean, they had lots of good songs and they were great. And he was the guitarist in the band. He's now doing, well, he was also doing this other project and this other, he's a very talented man. But I saw him perform and I didn't get to talk to him, sit down actually and talk to him. I actually talked to Sally, who sings for the Mekons. Gosh, this is convoluted. Anyway, one of their songs was something in 1979, I think, that went with me, because it's about language and I love language. I love words. song called Never and Always. How can we possibly use those words in honesty, in absolute 100% boom honesty? Never and always. How can we do that? Promises. Another one that came up. Simple Minds, you know. Promise you a miracle. Belief is a beauty word. Come on. Our language trips us up so much because I say I love you to almost everybody, and I'm talking about unconditional love because I do, and then I try and explain it, and then it gets confusing for some because their version of love is different from my version of love, and then it becomes, oh my God, you know. But you try and communicate, and it's always fractious and confusing because what you say is taken, and they might only hear every other word, like hear and understand every other word. It's really tough. The language of love. All right. So sex is good. Enjoy it as much as you can. Be honest about it. And it's one of the many versions of love that every morning rears its ugly head. There it is. And you deal with it. All right. So that's it, really. So be careful. Not everything, although the powers that think they're in charge seem to be trying to, but not everything is a weapon. All right. You don't have to weaponize everything. Oh my God, the food. Oh my God, that is. Oh my God. It's like, no. They weaponize everything. And, you know, they can't weaponize my love. My love doesn't destroy. My unconditional love does not destroy anything. Your unconditional love does not destroy anything because it can't act out of anything but kindness because it's unconditional. There's no conditions. Live, love, life. Live, love, life. Stay flexible and understand that society is being manipulated through words, through language, through misunderstanding, mismanagement, disinformation, all sorts of shit. They'll do anything to keep us confused because they want to make order of our chaos, but they'll give us the chaos. Okay, gone past 30 minutes. Sorry. I love you all because I don't confuse things too much. I know where I am, and I want you to join me on my path of unconditional love, and the whole world can then recognize that you're not acting out of kindness by being cruel. We're mankind, not man cruel. Other words. All right. I love you and have a great day. That's one of energy in life for sure. Man is chasing. Blake mentions that man is chasing emanation. Feminine, yes. I mean Blake. Whew. So I mean he was hardwired into God. I mean I have an open connection, but it's soft wired. It's not always getting through. It's it's much more of a transmission and a reception, transmission, reception thing. Whereas Blake, I think, was like full on. I mean, gosh. The marriage of heaven and hell. There's so much of Blake that is like, what? I know. But you mean we must cleanse the doors of perception. You can't go marching in there with all this rhetorical nonsense from the system that is obviously broken, but they want it to stay broken because that puts them in charge. Who? The fixers. Who are the fixers? Who knows? Maybe it was an ancient bloodline. Maybe it is aliens. Who gives a fuck? I don't care who thinks they're in charge. I know that I am. And you know that you are. So please, if you consider yourself to be in charge of your own life, operate out of your own operating system of love and peace. Understand that unconditional love is not any of the other loves, but a combination of all of them. Agape. That's what I think the Greeks called it. Anyway, oh gosh, I could rant on about this because I think it's all about love. I think love is the most powerful thing in the world. Love each other. Don't get confused. Love each other. Have agreements with each other about what you're doing, how you're affecting each other. It's simple, really. All right. I love you. I'm going to go now because it's, time for me to get on with my morning. Much more of my morning. All right. Cheers then. Love you.